welcome to this vlog. It's gonna be carry on the story, The Killer Energy. Horrible science! I know I'm a bit crazy, but whatever. Okay. Killer Cold. This chapter is warmer than the last one, but it's still freezing cold. Later chapters will be hot enough to fry your fingertips, but for now you're more likely to freeze them off. This chapter is full of cool killer facts about how lack of heat energy freezes water and people. Could you be a surgeon? Could you? You're a surgeon. Your patient has a swelling blood vessel in his brain. Soon the blood vessel will burst and cause a killer buildup of blood pressure. Your patient could die. What can you do? Better hurry up and decide. So A, cut open the patient's skull and squeeze the brain with liquid nitrogen to freeze it up and stop the blood moving. B, cut open the skull and pack ice cubes around the brain to reduce the swelling. Or C, so I was on C. Or C, pack the patient's body with ice until their body temperature is low. Remove half their blood and then operate on the brain. Which one do you think? I'm going to give you a couple of seconds while I think what it would be. And I'm not looking at the answer, but I'm covering it up and it's upside down. I think it would be A. Squirt liquid nitrogen. That's the one I think it is. So let's see what the answer is. Oh, it's C. It's the middle one. I was wrong. And this is why you keep learning. So the answer is C. Cooling the body slowly. Oh, last one I mean. Slow it down so it needs less oxygen from the blood. In fact, cooling can be used to treat severely injured people by giving their bodies a chance to heal naturally. By draining the blood, you reduce swelling and gain time to operate on the blood vessels. In the 1960s, a Japanese brain surgeon chilled the brain of a patient to 6 degrees at 43 Fahrenheit, drained the blood and operated before warming the brain up with nice hot blood. I expect he needed a cool head. Gonna read one more page, then I'm gonna read 2 more pages tomorrow. I'm gonna read one more page today, 2 pages tomorrow. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 7 pages the next day. Then I'll be the end of that one. So last page for today, but not the last page for this video. But for me, it is for the day. Bet you never knew. In 1983, a temperature of minus 89.2 degrees or minus 128.6 Fahrenheit was recorded at the Russian Vostok base, Antarctica. This was so cold that if you threw a mug of boiling tea in the air, it would turn into a tea-flavored ice lolly before it hit the ground. So it would freeze before it got to the floor. Fancy going there for a holiday? No, I don't. It'd be way too cold. Way too cold. to go to Antarctica whenever you go. Well, if you so, you'll if thought that sentence again. Well, if so, you'll enjoy chilling out in a hotel built out of solid ice. There really is such a place. Here's how they might advertise it. If I were going for 1 night, no, 2 nights, but 1 night in the ice hotel and 1 night in a normal room, and you have the normal room for 2 nights, and you can just see how you get on in the ice bit, then maybe, but no longer. Have an ice stay at the ice hotel. So I'm reading this. A real cold place to stay. The sort of a frosty reception. Ooh, very cool. And the man says, hi. Sorry, we don't do hot cocoa. It's so cold that they don't do hot cocoa, but by the time they drink it, cold. Break the ice at the ice bar. Yes, the bar made from ice too. And if you want to see videos of like an ice bar and the ice hotel, they're on YouTube. So you just have to look for them. Then you get an idea of what we're talking about. And the drinks are always on ice. They're served in a container made of ice. So the cup is made of ice. Relax in your luxury bedroom. And the room do look cool when you watch the videos. Really cool. So I would recommend watching them because seriously they're cool. The small print. 1. Your bedroom and your bed are solid ice. Central heating might melt the hotel, so your bedroom has to be freezing. So when you go in, they give you certain clothes to wear just so you stay warm enough. But do stay warm enough, but your body and the heat from your body and stuff don't melt the ice. You do get a comfy mattress and sleeping bag, and we do promise not to laugh if you wear a bobble hat in bed. It's so cold, so they don't care. 2. Don't bother coming back by the spring. The hotel will have melted, but we'll build a new one next winter, we promise. So it melts every year, and they rebuild it again every year. So if you did fancy staying there, I will go once every year. If you want to see how they... Because you don't have to stay in the high ice hotel on this video I'm talking about. I think it's by Lawrence Seaside, I think. Because they changed the interior of the ice hotel, but you don't have to go there and stay the night in the ice bit. You can just stay in like the warm ones and just have a look around the ice hotel in the day. But in the daytime, you're not allowed to sleep there. You get a normal room. That's why when you do go there, you get a locker and a bed and a room. No, you don't get a room, one of those rooms for 2 nights. You get it just for 1 night. You're staying 1 night in the ice hotel. But you do get somewhere to sleep if you fail to sleep there all night. Somewhere warm with a bed. And those ones are shared. Because I think they're gender neutral, or maybe they have a male and a female, I don't know. But they do have a room where you stay with a few other people that gave up on sleeping there. But most of the time, you could be on your own because they all stayed in their ice bit for the whole night. And if you just wanted to stay in the normal places, you get like a room where you can see the northern lights. So I might consider going there. I haven't, but I might. But the video looked cool. So yeah, stay tuned for more. I'm back with the book. I'm on page 47 now, just so you know. Killer Energy Fact File. Name, ice. Heat. Look. Wobble. What? As water cools, it loses heat energy to the air. Number 2. At 0 degrees 32 Fahrenheit, the group of atom molecules, as scientists call them, that make up water locks together. 3. Ice still has heat energy. Ice still has heat energy, and the frozen water molecules are still gently wobbling. Killer details. 1. If you added up all the heat energy in an ice cube, there'd be enough to produce a flame hotter than a burning match. 2. When you make a snowball, you crush the ice crystals together, and this movement energy turns to heat energy that melts some of the ice. The squishy water makes the ball easy to mold. Beware. If the snowball hits your teacher, he might, or she, go in for the kill. Horrible health warning. I'm reading this bit now. And talking about danger, ice freezes from the edges of a pond, but walking on ice is horribly risky. You could find yourself in a whole lot of danger. Have an ice dip. Just like have a nice dip. Ice dip. Teacher's tea break teaser. It's break time. With luck, your teachers will just be getting some milk from the fridge to put in a tea when you knock on the staff room door. Now I'm reading from this. If the second law of thermodynamics says heat always goes from a warm place to a cold place, how is it possible for fridges to move heat out from the cold fridge to the warm room? What? And the answer to that is, even if your teacher understands what you're talking about, explaining the answer will take her all break, by which time the second law will have made sure that her tea is colder than a shivering Siberian snowman. But you could be in hot water. Give me a minute. Check on it. I'm going to leave that spot. How a fridge works. Fridge tube contain a chemical that turns into a gas in the part of the tube that inside the fridge. For this to happen, the chemical needs heat energy, so it sucks heat from the inside of the fridge. So talking about this fridge in the book, or your fridge that you'll have in your kitchen or somewhere in your house. Because most people have fridges. Unless you can't afford one, then sorry. I don't mean to be rude. But I know not everybody can afford fridges, but most people will know what a fridge is. Gas in the tube. Heat is sucked into the tube. X-ray view of the tube built into back of fridge. So those dotted lines are where the tube would be. Squishy fruit. Teacher's half-eaten sandwiches. Prehistoric yogurt. Mouldering milk. Milk that's going out of date, basically. Stop that. Keep getting distracted by this ball. I need to stop getting distracted by it. In fact, fridges actually heat things up more than they cool things down. The gas is squished into the tube at the back of the fridge by a pump, and this makes it form a liquid and releases the heat energy it took from inside the fridge. And if you count the heat given out by the pump motor, fridge actually produce more heat than they ever suck out of your ice cream. Okay, I won't read up to that. Last 2 pages, then it'll be the end of this part, then it'll be the next part. Pardon me. Pet you never knew. And I'm reading this. Ice is noisy. And I don't mean when you crunch it in your mouth. Water movement under ice in the Arctic and Antarctic Ocean can put the ice under strain. This results in loss of energy in the form of sound and a tiny amount of heat. Explorer report hearing noises like grunts, squeezes, groans, the sound of birds singing and kettle boiling. One witness said the sound reminded him of a banjo playing. Twang, twang, twang. Bravo, encore. Of course, there's loads more to find out about life in the cold. And who better to discover this than an ace reporter, Harvey Tucker? After this embarrassing failure with the cryogenetic company, Harvey's been packing off his disgrace to the Arctic to report on a polar survival course run by famous explorer Fergus Fearless. Now I'm going to read this, and it goes on to the next page. Harvey Tucker's big adventure, and the man is shivering. Shiver. I told her I can't stand the cold. Adventure, my bum. I was stranded 100 of miles from a decent bar. I was cold. I was hungry. Yes, definitely cold and hungry. And I couldn't think of anything else. I must have been a grape short of a punch. Even my snout was freezing. So that. 2 long icicles stuck out of my nostrils. I decided to open a tin of toffee. You need a spot of Tucker for heat energy, but they were so cold and hard they nearly cracked my teeth. I tried to clean the frozen toffee off my teeth, but my toothpaste froze solid. This place was the pits. Well, I decided to skip the survival course. You won't catch me sneaking off frozen fish and building igloos. So I read my book. It's by some glum old pony medic, and I thought there sure to be some nifty natter about cold that I could use in the Arctic. Gonna read this bit, then at the end. Diseases I Have Known by Dr. H. Grimsgray. Chapter 14. Effects of the Cold. Only idiot patients think you could catch cold by getting too cold. In fact, cold kills the germ that causes cold. But every year, I'm snowed under by tiresome. And it to be continued. Thank you for listening. I'll be continuing it in my next video. So stay tuned. Bye, awesome.